Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to Durham College Channel 7 News. Today, for our Science Series segment, we have two professional millwrights who will be joining us to provide a wealth of information on environmentally friendly and biodegradable products used in the millwright trade. While I'm in studio, they will be reporting live from their respective shops. First off, we will be checking in with Mason, who will be giving us an introduction and explaining a little bit more about these products. Mason, thank you for joining us today. I know you're very busy working in the field, so we appreciate your time. As a mechanical millwright, I imagine you've become well acquainted with the various tools and products required in the trade. With global trends shifting towards green initiatives, the industry is looking to segue into utilizing reusable and in some cases biodegradable lubricants and seals. For the viewers out there who aren't familiar with these types of products and may not use them on a daily basis, can you give us an introduction on what they are and how this is beneficial for the industry and environment?
Thank you, Patrick. I'm super excited to be a part of this segment. To begin, we should examine what lubricants are and then take a look at the benefits of biodegradable and non-biodegradable lubricants. So what are lubricants? Why do we need them? Non-petroleum-based lubricants serve quite a few purposes for bearings and hydraulics. Think of them as a buffer between materials, like a rubber glove, protecting your skin from hot water while doing dishes. Lubricants are similar in the respect that they protect from corrosion, friction, sealing, and in some cases, too much contact. Typically speaking, you'll find most lubricants are grease or oil-based. However, grease is far more popular and is used in 80 to 90% of bearings. That being said, grease consists of about 85% mineral or synthetic oil, with thickeners rounding out the rest of the grease volume. There's more to be said on this topic, and you can visit www.bearingtips.com/bearing lubrication oil versus grease to see the comparison for yourself. Aside from the obvious of being renewable, far less toxic, and reducing the need for petroleum imports, biodegradable lubricants lubricate very well, better than that of mineral oils, as well as a higher flash point and viscosity index. Metal wetting attraction makes the lubricant good for keeping dirt and debris off metal surfaces. Not to mention that water-soluble PAGs are ideal to be used as a fire-resistant lubricant. This is extremely ideal for industries and applications that come into contact with the environment, especially in a country like Canada, where we experience a variety of seasonal temperatures and extreme changes in weather. Now, although there are some really great points to why we use these types of lubricants, there are situations where these lubricants aren't recommended. In some cases, lubricity is so potent, friction modifiers must be added to reduce slippage. In certain applications, secondly, there is insufficient oxidative stability. Oil must be treated or modified to ensure performance, which can increase costs. Especially vegetable-based stocks, they must be hydrogenated to combat low oxidative stability. Although recommended for exterior use, if not weathered properly, small amounts of water can cause serious foaming and degradation. On the opposite side, the biodegradable lubricants cannot withstand high reservoir temperature, usually greater than 80 degrees Celsius. But we don't typically see these temperatures in Canada, despite how dry July can be. In the winter months, it's best to be mindful that synthetic esters can be used for cold temperature environments, but reduce bio-based properties. Lastly, the price is higher for synthetic-based products, increasing production costs. For companies looking to go green, there's still a great alternative. For more information, refer to the website listed below, released August 4th, 2020 from TS Corp, titled Pros and Cons of Biodegradable Lubricants. This is really just the tip of the iceberg, but I know we're limited on time. Viewers at home, if you want to learn more, come by my shop for a few hours and get some hands-on experience in lubrication of bearings, bolts, and machineries.
Wow, Mason, thank you for your input. That was an abundance of information. I'm sure all of our viewers are looking around their homes and wondering about the sustainability of the machinery they have. It's interesting to see how products widely used in the industry are components of items our viewers use on a regular basis. without considering where it comes from or the environmental impact. To summarize, even if it seems difficult to make an eco-friendly lubricant that's as good as or better than non-eco-friendly versions, it can be done. If you research the Globuluro BM32 grease and LGGB2 all-purpose greases, they have shown that they are able to be used the same as normal non-eco-friendly greases and not cause catastrophic failure. Couple that with the fact they're made biodegradable, which makes them more eco-friendly than normal greases, taking the industry in a step in the right direction towards more eco-friendly lubricants for bearings. To dive a bit deeper on this topic, you can visit the web link on the screen below. Next, we're going to visit Tony. He will be talking with us about seals, gaskets, and the different types of rubber substitutes used in the industry. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you for the introduction, Patrick. When you think of seals and gaskets, you probably think of automotive use, but they're used in several different industries and machines around the globe. Rubber is a material used to manufacture seals, gaskets, and also used in present items that we use every day and for good reason. It's all good, all around general purpose gasket material. Natural rubber is incredibly water resistant, works very well with metal surfaces, but it shouldn't be used with fuels, oils, solvents, as they can deteriorate the rubber properties. Because of resistance to water, it makes great use with water pumps, pipes, adding good shock and vibration resistant qualities. Next in line is silicone rubber, which this is a flexible, weather-resistant material, also has electrical insulating properties. It's a very popular choice for gasket materials. One thing about silicone is it maintains a high performance even at extreme temperatures, ranging from -60 all the way to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. This allows the rubber silicone to be used in a variety of applications and factory settings, including pharmaceutical and food processing environments. Moving along, we have neoprene rubber. Think of a wetsuit and the material used for that. This is typically used in marine and other outdoor applications. This is the type of rubber that is able to resist moderate levels of sunlight and ozone and other weather elements, as well as grease, fat, and oil. Aside from marine use, you'll find this type of rubber in refrigerant applications, given that this polymer is able to withstand temperatures anywhere from -31 Fahrenheit to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. And another type of material used is neoprene, which is widely used as in a sponge. It is a systematic rubber that is able to be used in open and closed cell forms and is able to repel dust, water, and moisture. Similar to some of these rubber materials mentioned earlier, this can also be used in an industrial setting that uses fuel, oil, and other chemicals. The cellular nature is what gives neoprene a superior absorption, insulation, and compressive qualities. Again, thinking of a wetsuit. Another cool fact is most neoprene materials actually meet UL 94 FH1 flame rating. And speaking of fire retardant materials, cork is another material that is flexible, oil and solvent resistant, making it a popular material for gasket manufacturing. It's renewable, sustainable, has high compressibility, and it comes from the bark of a cork oak tree, making it naturally impermeable, buoyant, elastic, and fire retardant. Although typically used to make gaskets for oil and fuel pumps, it's a great material to use around electrical gears. Now when it comes to extreme heat and steam, the compressed non-asbestos gaskets are the recommendation, given the great strength and combination of the high resistance to heat, water, oil, gas, fuels, and chemicals. This was actually introduced to fill a void when asbestos was discovered to be dangerous and toxic. And to say the very least, it has done an absolutely wonderful job.
Tony, that's remarkable. Again, thank you for your time and participating in this week's segment. I can tell that you are very passionate and have a great deal of understanding of the industry and products you spoke about. It's really opened my eyes, and I'm sure the viewers can attest that going forward, we won't be looking at these products the same way. Circling back to the environmental factor, did you know that Canada produces 18.9% of its own energy as renewable energy? So why not try and produce other products in a green fashion to allow for an even more eco-friendly country? As highlighted in Jackie Forrest's article about the electric car industry and his point on the issue of car adapters, if there was a way to streamline the standard production and reliability of eco-friendly lubricants for bearings and hydraulics, this would make it easier for companies to transition into using eco-friendly products over those traditionally used in today. Well, folks, it's sad to see this week's science segment come to a close, but if I can speak for everyone here in the studio, it's been a great pleasure to host our guest this week. Thank you for all turning into Durham College Channel 7 News, and don't forget to tune in next week for the special segment on communication. It matters. Until then, have a safe and scientific day.